Hayley, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do a makeup tutorial for you. I am going to do a full face of Body Collection makeup. It's a really affordable brand that can be purchased at Wilkinson's. You can buy it online or you can buy it in store. Everything I've got here is under £4. The foundation is £4. So this is it all in here. I have a lot of makeup to play with. Now all of this makeup in here come up to £32.80p. This includes your foundation, your concealers, your powders, your blushes, lips, everything. Everything you need for a full face of makeup is in this kit, and it was £32. So yeah, if you want to see how I gain this look using all of this makeup, then keep watching. So to start, I will always prep my lips in preparation for lipstick at the end of the makeup look. So for that I'm going to use the Body Collection Lip Plumping Clear Gloss, which looks like this. It's just in a squirted tube. I'm just going to apply that to my lips. So obviously that is quite sticky in consistency, but it is a gloss, so I would expect it to be. That is our lips in prep, ready for the lipstick. So next we're going to go to our eyebrows. So for the eyebrows, I have the Body Collection Eyebrow Definer Pencil. And this is one of these fine brow pencils that have the spoolie at one end and then obviously your micro pen at the bottom. So I am in the shade brown. All we're going to do is we're just going to start by lifting the brow hairs up. This is how I do my brows anyway. There is no rights or wrongs in makeup. Whatever feels comfortable for you is how it should be. So we're just going to twist the pen up. I don't take it too high because sometimes the cheaper brow pencils will snap quite easily. So I always try and keep it a little bit lower. And then we're just going to start. All I do is I just underline that first bit of brow here. So you've just got a little bit of a start. And then we're just going to follow the arch of my brow. Please forgive my brows, they are in desperate need of being done, but I just have not had time. So we're just going to mimic some brow hairs at the front here, because I tend to have sparse brow hairs at the front. So we always like to try and mimic the brow hairs at the front. I'm blessed with quite long brow hair, but quite sparse, so obviously it does take a little bit of filling in. And all the way along I'm just going to mimic little brush strokes like so. We're just going to go through the brow and then I'm just going to sit them hairs down a little bit. This will be helped with some brow gel in a minute. So we're just going to again go underneath that line, the line of the bottom of the brow here, and just define that a little bit. Sometimes if I like a more sculpted look, I will just go to the top of the hair and then just slowly just kind of brush that to make it a little bit more defined, and then obviously you get that really nice shape. But I have not extended my brow, I've not deepened the colour of my brow too much, I've just kept it quite simple. Really easy to do, especially if you're just learning to do makeup. So now I'm just going to go and do the other. So brows are on. So next we're going to put some clear brow gel through them. Now this is, again, obviously I'm going to say this every single time, but it's a full face of Body Collection. But this is the clear brow gel. So I love a clear brow gel just to set your brows in place. So we're just going to apply this, and this will just give them a little bit of definition. Again, it's got a spoolie on one end, so it's really easy to brush through your brows. So they are the brows filled and gel is on, so that will set them into place now. So next we need to define them brows a little bit. So sometimes if you haven't had time like myself to get your brows done, obviously we need to try and hide them little stray hairs that nobody wants to see. So for that I'm going to use a concealer. Ordinarily I would use an eye primer base, but they don't have one in this collection. So, and I know that it's not it's not something that everybody has in the makeup bag. An eye primer is new to a lot of people, so yeah, so I feel like to achieve a look for everybody, the best thing to use is going to be a concealer. Now this concealer is really affordable. I think it was something like £2 for this concealer. It is an illuminating one, but they do a matte one as well. So obviously I'm going to use the illuminating one because it's the only one I have here. But I think the matte one was about £2 as well. So we're just going to pop this on. So this is just a brush tip. I have started it off at the bottom, but it's just a roll up applicator. So you just turn this and then the product will come to the top here. So all we're going to do is define our brows and to just put a base onto the eyelids ready for eyeshadow. So we're just going to pop this on. We're not going to be too precise at the moment. If you're wearing a eye base, then you might want to be a little bit more precise, and obviously as you get a little bit more confident with makeup, you might want to start exploring carving out your brows and the time needed to spend on carving out your brows. So this is quite pink. Oh, it's a bit pink. This is the medium shade because they didn't have any light. So we'll just see how this goes. So for this I'm just going to use a really thin carving brush like this. This comes in any packets. I have got one of the Technic brush sets here, and there is even one in here. So in a lot of affordable brush sets these days you will get this type of brush. This one is a P. Louise Devoted to My Base 7071. So yeah, so I'm just going to use that to carve out my brows. So all we're going to do, oh this is so pink, all we're going to do is just take it underneath the brow in a nice straight line. We're just going to carve that out, following the shape that either you have created or that naturally is there. And then alongside doing this, obviously we're going to stick down some of them stray hairs. I'm just going to pop this all over. This is quite pink and I don't know how pink this is coming off on camera, but we should be able to get it to work. So all I do is just pop that all over the lid like so, take it all the way down, and then we're just going to take the cleaner side and just pat that in. And then as you can see, your brow is a lot more defined here. So we're just going to take that over again. Just trying to eliminate any creasing. I do get a lot of creasing. That's just my eyelid and my skin on my eyelid. So just because it's creasing, it doesn't mean it's a bad product. That is just my eyes, unfortunately. They do like to play me. So then all I'm going to do from that is I'm going to use just a clean kind of fluffy brush here. This is just a Amazon set that I got, and it's just a nice fluffy brush. So all we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that we just blend that into the skin once we've done. Obviously because you're going to be putting your base on after this, so you don't want any thicker parts of concealer on your face. You just want it to be a nice even base. So we're just again going to go in and make sure we set that. Now because this is a illuminating concealer and it's a concealer, I am going to set that. Now if you had a eye base, you wouldn't need to set the eye base because that is what it's there for. It's to make the eyeshadows pop and to make it cling to your eye. So obviously you wouldn't need to worry about doing this if you had an eye base. But if you have just got a normal base like this, you're just going to need to set it. So for that I'm going to use the Body Collection Translucent Pressed Powder here. Literally just going to set that into place like that, just so that we've got a nice base for the eyeshadow to cling to. So for eyeshadow we're going to be using this palette here. Now this palette is the Red Carpet Glam palette, and this is the six pan eyeshadow. This was £2.50. So for decent eyeshadows. They're not too bad. They're very comparable to the Technic eyeshadows. I think the Body Collection is a sister brand of Technic. So obviously you do get quite nice quality. So this is how the palette looks. So obviously you've got your 3 matte shades, but you've got your 3 shades that you need to blend. So you've got your lighter shade, your medium shade and your darker shade. And then we have pressed glitter here, which if I just show you, that is the pressed glitter there. And then if I show you this one, this is like a more marbled effect, but this is your shimmer. So there we go. So this one is your shimmer and this one is your pressed glitter. So as you can see with both you get a really nice payoff. And then you have your darker shade, which is there. And then you have middle shade. And then you have your lighter shade. So they are our palettes. So firstly, I'm going to start with a nice big fluffy brush. So obviously everybody has their own brushes, and some people like to use a lot of brushes, other people have their favourites and will just use 1 or 2. That is completely up to you. So I've got all my brushes in front of me. So for this, all I'm going to use is a nice fluffy brush like this. This is going to be for our first colour. So this is just going to be our transition colour just above the crease and into the crease. So this is just a Morphe, hasn't got a number, I think I must have got this from a set. So we're just going to go into this shade here at the bottom, and we're just going to take a nice amount of that onto the brush, and then we're just going to apply that into the crease. So we're just going to apply that above the crease, and we're just going to do, oh yeah, that's quite pigmented for a transition colour. So we're just going to put that into the crease and just above, and we're just using small circular motions to apply that, just ensuring you've got your colour here that you want, and then obviously moving along. So I do want this to wing out very slightly, so we're just going to take that all over. So obviously I want this look to be really easy and really simple to replicate. I know that I have a lot of different ages watching my YouTube channel. I have younger girls who watch it who are only just getting their first pieces of makeup. I have teenage girls who watch this that are pretty fancy makeup and actually could probably do a pretty good job on my face. And then I have adults that watch my channel. So obviously I want this to be all round. I don't want you to feel like you have to have the most expensive eyeshadow, the most expensive brushes, the most expensive everything to achieve a look like this. I don't want you to feel like you have to go and do a makeup course to be able to achieve a nice simple eyeshadow look. So yeah, so obviously we're going to take that back into the crease like this. You don't need to be too precise really with this, because it is just a transition shade. But that is just beautiful. I hope that's coming off as nice as it is in the mirror on camera. So we're just again going to go onto this side. So like I said, you're just literally going to take this in circular motions and you're going to go above the crease and in the crease. So just literally going to go around with circular motions all the way and then just wing that out at the end. Sometimes it's nicer to have an eyeshadow that you have to build a little bit. This wouldn't take an awful lot of building, but sometimes it is nice to put a little bit on, see where you're going with the colour, and then obviously add a little bit rather than putting too much pigmented colour on and not being able to do anything with it. So this is beautiful. It's like a really light corally pink, which is so beautiful. I'm just gonna again so when you're holding your brush to do eyeshadow, the higher up you hold your brush, the softer you're going to be able to go. The nearer to the brush end you hold it is how densely you're going to pack that colour on. So as you can see, I'll hold it about midway here and we're just going to tickle the eye And this is how you get your softer blends. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hopefully it's coming off quite well on camera, but in the mirror it's looking absolutely beautiful. So next we're going to go in with this colour here, this medium kind of berry red shade here. And then we are going to take that on a smaller brush, but again, quite a fluffy brush. So as you can see, this is the one I used. So we are smaller in comparison, but probably just as fluffy. So we are going to put that colour, this medium shade, into our crease and just a little bit above. So being a little bit more precise with this colour. So we're going to go back into this socket. So I'm going to stay, this is really pigmented. So we are just going to take this into our socket. And as you can see, you can focus it a little bit above your crease, but it's not going over the transition colour because you're using a smaller brush. And all we're doing is just being careful to try and focus that shape into the crease and from corner to corner, but obviously not interrupting that transition shade too much. And then all we're going to do is take our transition shade brush and just gently blend them together. I was actually speaking to my mum yesterday. She's just branched out and bought herself a little bit of makeup, and I was saying to my mum, you don't need to use 10 different eyeshadow colours to get a nice look. You don't have to be a makeup artist to be able to put eyeshadow on, and that's obviously something I want to show you. So then and my beautiful cousin Rachel, if she sees, she will be watching this, but if she sees pink, she'll say that she just looks like she's been punched in the face. Next time do your makeup, Rachel, you're having pink, and I'm going to show you that you do actually suit it. So again, we're going to go in with that colour. I'm just going to do it on this side of the eye. So next, we are going to go in with the deeper shade in the pan. So that's this one here. And we're going to take a smaller brush for this. So we're going to use so again, we're going to go even smaller again. So we have our transition shade, our middle shade, and then we're going to be a bit more focused. So if I just put them together, and you can see the different sized brushes that we use. So this one is going to be a little bit more focused. We are literally going to be putting this in the outer corner to be able to just define it a little bit. So we're going to take a little bit of this shade, like I said before, and then we're just going to build that up in the outer V, which is just here. These are just beautiful berry shades. We're just going to literally deepen that up, and as we're deepening up the outer V, we're going to slightly bring that across into the crease, like so. So you're adding a bit of depth to that colour. You've put your transition shade on, which was your light shade. You've gone in with your medium shade, and now you're just putting that depth back into the eye look. And you're just going to add that into there. So then again, I'm going to go with this colour, like that. So obviously you can see that you have got your gradual lighter middle shade, and then you have your deeper shade just here. But it doesn't look too bold and in your face. It's a nice everyday simple look that everybody can achieve. So then we're just going to go back in with the shades again. So using your brushes but going obviously down in the colours. We're going to go back with that middle shade. And we're just going to blend that harsh edge of that darker shade that you've just put on. And then you're going to go in with the bigger brush, which was our transition colour at the start. So all we're going to do for this is just obviously take that back over the top, so you kind of melted everything in together, but you have that graduation of colour. So that is your eyes nearly done. We're just going to put a little bit of sparkle on there. So for this, I'm going to use this shade here, which is the marble shade of the palette. I don't like to put the loose glitter on my eyes really, especially if I'm just going day to day with it. So firstly, we'll try with a flat brush. So I'm going to use this one here, which is from Brushworks. It might be a little bit too big. We will wet it with some setting spray and see how it gets on. I'm just going to go into that one, yeah. This might work nicer wet. Obviously, if you're going to wet your products, wet your brush and then go into your product. Don't wet your whole palette, because if it doesn't work, it's going to spoil one shadow. It won't spoil the whole pan. So we're just going to take that onto the lid and just into that deeper colour that we've just put down. So I don't want to take this too high up. So I'm going to actually go with my finger with that one and just apply that with my finger. Yeah, that's much better. The only thing with using your finger is you can't be too precise with it. But I feel like it definitely goes on better with your finger. And what I'll do is just take that brush. So as you can see, there's a little bit of sparkle there, but not too much. Just going to take that smaller brush again and just deepen that a little bit further now that we've added that shine on there. There is a little bit of fallout with this, but that doesn't worry me because we've done my eye makeup first, so we can just wipe that off. So that for now is the eyes complete. So I am just going to go in now with the skin. So to prep the skin, I have the Body Collection Illuminating Primer, which is lightweight, rich skin feel and suitable for all skin tones. Just going to apply this all over the skin just to give us a, oh yeah, just give us a little bit of a, wow, beaming. So, oh, I like that. Wow, that is so nice. I mean, I look like an absolute oil slick, but I'm loving that look. That's what I love. So that is the primer on. Obviously I've moisturised before I started my makeup. I am still trialling the P. Louise skincare. That is the moisturiser I have used underneath my makeup. And next we're going to go in with the foundation. Now this is the Body Collection Illuminating Liquid Foundation, light to medium buildable coverage, and you get your standard 30 mils. So I have got the shade Ecru. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be a little bit too yellow for me, but the next one down was Porcelain and that looked a bit too light. So for this I am going to use my beauty sponge and I'm going to apply this. Please forgive me, I've not used this yet, so this is probably going to take a little minute to start. Oh no, that's great. So I've probably put way too much on there, but it is a light to medium coverage and we all know I am a full coverage kind of girl. So we're just going to plop that, lovely word, plop that all over my skin. So while we let that dry a little bit, we are going to use our concealer again. And I'm really scared to do this because I feel like this was really pink. I feel like I need, oh my god. No, we're gonna make this work. We are gonna make this work. I need some coverage under my eyes. I'm gonna again take our beauty blender, but I always use the corner. So I like these Shape beauty blenders. Do have another one. So these are like the Real Technique sponges. So they have the pointy bit and then they have the bigger bit. So the bigger bit I'll normally use for foundation and the pointier bit I'll use for my concealer. You can get a really cheap one of these from Home and Bargain as well. They are Olivia Hale. The Olivia Hale ones are exact. Oh, I have one here. So this is an Olivia Hale one. So as you can see, they're exactly the same as Real Techniques, just probably a little bit bigger. And they're like £1.79, something like that. So absolutely brilliant. Oh, I've made it work. Wow, I made it up. So yeah, so that pink, actually pink under the eyes isn't so bad. It's a bit correcting, isn't it? So I hope I probably look like on camera that I've got big salmon under eyes, but I'm hoping you can see that we've actually got that to work. So I'm going to be completely extra And then I'm going to put pink all over the places I want to conceal because I'm feeling brave now. So we're going to put some on the chin. We're going to wind some more pink up. Why not? And we're going to put it down our nose here. We're feeling brave today. And we're just going to put some on the forehead. Obviously not too brave. We're not winding any more of that up. Wow. Let me just check that skin out. I feel like I've got a nice glow to the skin as well. And then all we're going to do next is we are going to set the makeup. So obviously my foundation is drying down now. You want to make sure your foundation is dry before you start putting powder on. That is going to stop it looking cakey. It'll stop it clinging to dry patches. So yeah, so we're going to go in with, again, like we did with the eyes. Excuse me. So like we did with the eyes, we're going to set down the makeup that we just put on our face. So we use the same powder as we did with the eyes. It's the translucent pressed powder. And then we are going to take a nice big fluffy brush. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush here. Nice big brush. And we're just going to take quite a bit of that. Obviously, I really like illuminating foundations, but with this climate at the minute where we're having to use a lot of masks and we're using masks everywhere we go, you need your makeup to be set. Otherwise, you're literally just going to spread your makeup all over your face. Now, under the eyes, I will put a little bit of powder. I'm just going to go in with the setting brush again. Tiniest littlest bit. And this will be the test, because as you know, everything creases under my eye. What? That is not creased under my eye. And that is my makeup set. So next, I'm not going to contour today. I am just going to use bronzer. Like I said, I want to keep it nice and simple for everybody else to replicate. So I've got a matte bronzer here, which looks like this. Let's open it up for you. This is the shade here. This is the medium to dark colour. There was no light. I know they do sell it on the Wilkinson's website, so you can get it. It's just that this was not available to me in store. We're going to go in with a nice powder brush. We're going to use this one from So Eco. This is actually a blush brush, but I feel like this is a nice powder brush, just a nice bronzer brush. So we're just going to go in with that bronzer. And we're just going to warm up the outer perimeter of our face. Oh, I like that. Guys, these products are really, really good. And nothing cost me more than £4. I don't even know what was £4. I don't think any... Oh, the foundation. Nothing was more expensive than the foundation. That is so nice. Hayley, stop putting your brush in. I just keep applying more and more. I'm shocked how beautiful it is. Okay, so all we're going to do next is apply a little bit down the nose. I'm going to use quite a fluffy brush for this. Now, I'm going to be the first to admit I'm not the great at nose contour, but luckily I am blessed with the nose I have, and I don't feel like I need to be absolutely superb at it. I'm just not the best. Gonna like blend that in a little bit at the top. So as you can see, it just snatches my nose just a tiny little bit. And then, yeah, of course I'm gonna put a little bit more on. Of course I am. Don't need any more, but I'm gonna put some on anyway. So yeah, I honestly can't say I don't like anything. Like everything. The eyeshadow, beautiful, goes on nice, blends really well. The bronzer, fine, takes a bit of blending, but blends nice once it is done. It's a nice colour, so if you're my complexion, then obviously this colour will be fine for you. So that is the bronzer. I love that bronzer. So next we're going to go in with blusher. Like, this is in the colour Coral. And I think this is completely comparable to the Milani Luminoso blush, and it looks like this. A little bit more chalky, but this was £2, so don't think you can really expect it. The most amazing pigment. So for this I'm going to use my blusher brush, which I use the Doll Beauty DB3 brush, which looks like this. It's a nice focused brush, so I can focus a lot of product in certain area. So I am blush crazy, so we're just going to go into the apples of the cheeks. Okay. Yeah, it's there. It's there. Not as pigmented. If you like a pigmented blush, then this probably isn't going to be a cup of tea, because it's probably not going to be very buildable either. So, no, do you know what? That's okay. Especially for you girls who are just starting out with makeup. It's a little bit glowy. I don't mind that. I really like a blush. I like to put a little bit up on my forehead as well. I like that kind of sun-kissed look. And then a little bit over the tops of my nose. Next we are going to go in with one of the highlights. So I have two. I have Luna, this shade here, which is more of a white shade. And then I have Pink Sands, which is this one here. So I think for this look I'm probably going to go with Pink Sands, because I want a bit of a, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit more champagne-y actually. So this is the Pink Sands. Hopefully you can make that out on camera. And then if I just swatch Luna for you, so you can see what's going to suit you. And then that one here is Luna. So you've got your Luna shade, which is your lighter one, and then you've got your darker Pink Sand shade. So actually, I'm probably going to go in with Luna. Yeah, we're going to go in with Luna. So for this, I'm going to use a Doll Beauty DB4 brush, which is a highlighting brush. And I'm going to spray this a little bit just with some setting spray. And then we're going to go in. We're just on the highest parts of your cheeks. We're just going to tickle the skin. I don't know if you can just see that. And then I'm literally going to put a tiny bit on my nose and just down the front of the nose. So after this, I'm going to have a look at a gym, because I'm going to start my weight loss journey in January. Now that is something obviously you will see, because hopefully I'll be shrinking in front of your eyes. Now it's not anything to do with confidence or anything like that. I am very confident in who I am. Love me or hate me, I don't really care anymore. I've spent too many years of my life worrying about that. But it's just for health really. So I'm going to get a bit fitter if anything. So hopefully that goes well after this. So yeah, and get myself all dolled up, ready to go to the gym. So next we're just going to finish the eyes a little bit. So all I'm going to do is put a little bit of colour underneath the eye. So this one is a Morphe. And again, it must have come from a set, because I don't know. It's got a number on it. And we're just going to run that middle shade just underneath the eye, like so. So you can see just slightly underneath. And then we're just going to use the darker shade just in the outer corner of that waterline, just to kind of deepen that look up completely. So yeah, so next we're going to go in with mascara. So we're going to go in with the Body Collection Big Volume Mascara. Now I apologise, whoa, that is one thick wand. So like I said, I am not blessed with the best eyelashes. I probably rip them out, put an eye, oh, I don't even know how to use this wand. It's a bit, oh no, oh no, this is a bit too thick. Ah, oh, right, hang on, we can fix this. I have my trusty throwaway ones that I use when I'm doing clients. So, oh no, I feel like that just touched my, oh, I'm losing everything. That just touched my makeup at the bottom. Oh no. This is very wet. This is going everywhere. This is very wet. Oh no. Right, we can fix this. We can do this. Yeah, this is not my favourite mascara ever. Oh my word. I've seen such good stuff about this, but I just feel like I've been lied to. This is really not my, oh god, my cup of tea at all. So obviously I'm aware I've got a little bit of mascara underneath my eyes, but with mascara you're always best to let it dry before you try and rectify it. So we're just gonna, okay, that doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Hopefully. We're back. That wasn't such a catastrophe as I thought it was going to be. Next we're going to go in lashes, and I don't know how this is going to go. I tried to keep this really affordable as well. As you know, I usually use Gemini lashes or Doll Beauty lashes, but this time I've gone for the Wilkinson's own brand for £1.50. It comes with a glue, and I haven't got any scissors with me, so hopefully I don't need to cut them. So this is how they look, and they come with some glue. It's on. That wasn't too bad at all. They're quite delicate and quite difficult to get off, and I feel like they'd break really quite easily if you were too rough with them. So that's the lashes on, and actually to say that they are £1.50, they are actually quite nice. They're quite natural looking, and they are quite fluffy really. They're not too bad at all. Then we're just going to go in with some lips, and then we are done. So for this I'm going to use this Longwear lip liner, which is in the colour pink, and it is a retractable one. So I'm just going to pop this on the lips like so, and then we are going to go in with a liquid lipstick. So I have 3 colours to choose from. I have this one here, which is a more corally colour, which is in Red Apple. It's like a corally red. I've got this one here, which is in Nude, and I have this one here, which is in Plum. So I think for this I'm probably going to go with Nude. Nude will probably look nice with this. So surprisingly, shock horror, we're going for Nude. Oh, it's quite a dark nude. Hopefully oh yeah, it's fine. So that is the liquid lipstick on my lips, and again that's in the colour Nude. So yeah, wow. So the only thing I don't have to complete this set, because they didn't have one in the shop, is a setting spray. So for that I'm just going to use the Model's Own spray. It's a setting spray. I love it. It's gorgeous, and this was £1.99. So again, a really nice cheap setting spray. Didn't want to go in with a really expensive setting spray when I've used all drugstore makeup. So we're just going to spray that all over the face. Give it a bit of a fan. I love that setting spray anyway. This kind of melts all your powders into your foundation and into your skin. So yeah, so I'm just going to take all my hair down, and then we'll come back with the finished look. So that is the completed look. Hopefully you really like it and you enjoyed this video. So everything I used today I am very impressed with. The only thing I would say is that the lips are now drying down and they feel a little bit dry. So that was the lips, but I might try it without the plumping lip gloss and see if that helps at all. The foundation I will definitely use again. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It goes on the skin lovely. I would use everything again. Really impressed with the products. If you are new to makeup, or if you are just, you enjoy your makeup products and you like trying new things, especially cheaper brands, then obviously give this a go. I can't recommend enough. The eye palettes are £2.50 and they've got everything you need in them. So yeah, so I'm really impressed with this brand. Hopefully you will be too. I know that a lot of my friends and my family take a lot of my recommendations, so you know, I wouldn't tell you guys to go out and buy something that I wouldn't tell my friends and family. So yeah, really enjoyed it. It's made my skin look lovely, the eyeshadows pop in, and even these £1.50 lashes aren't that bad. So yeah, so that has been my full face of body collection. If you've enjoyed this, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of any future uploads. But until the next time, you take care. Mwah.